Hi everybody, we are Mike and Brenda Baker, and again we are here to talk about empty nesting topics. So today's topic title is The Positive Outcomes of Empty Nesting.
All right, so the positive outcomes of empty nesting. Well, there's a lot of positive outcomes, but we're only going to talk about 3 today. For one, you want to run naked through the house, nobody can stop you. Okay?
True.
You want to bang pans off the wall? Nobody can stop you. You want to go in your kid's room? Oh wait, the kid's gone. It doesn't matter, it's your room, okay? But the number one thing we want you guys to think about when it comes to empty nesting is quality time. Now, really what you should have been doing is working on your marriage this whole time anyway.
Right.
But we're not going to get into that if that's not what you've been doing, okay? There are other videos you can go to for that. What we do want to encourage you to do is take this time, the time you would have been spending with your kids, spend it with each other. Okay? There's nothing wrong with picking up a new hobby. There's nothing wrong with the stay-at-home mom who wants to get a job now, but you need to remember that mom and dad, it's done. I mean, it's done to a degree, okay? Yeah, you're still mom, yeah, you're still dad. But to a degree that's done, and now you're just coaching. Now it is really time to come together as husband and wife and really pour into that quality time, which is what we're doing right now. That's why we're in Savannah, Georgia.
Right. And one of the things that we like to encourage couples to do is to take up a hobby together. We've taken many dance lessons. We love them. That may not be your thing, but it's just an example of something that you can do together that you actually have to work toward getting good at together, right?
Exactly. So that brings us to number 2, the pursuit of new possibilities. Now, if you've been watching us and you've been watching this Empty Nest series, you know that we're in Savannah, Georgia. Tomorrow we continue on to Jacksonville, Florida. We are looking for a new place to live. Why are we looking for a new place to live? Because I'm tired of being cold. She's tired of being cold. Snow is great when you don't have to look at it 9 months out of the year for 20, 30 years, okay? So really, it's our time, all right? We're a remarried couple. We never got that initial time, and now we have the time to pursue new possibilities. So we want to be in a place where our kids can come visit, our grandkids can come visit, somewhere close to the ocean. These are our new possibilities, okay? We didn't feel that as a couple we were living our best life in Montana anymore, okay? And I'm telling you, first and foremost, you two have to live your best life together first, okay? Second, your kids are watching, and if you want them to believe in possibility, mom and dad have to show the reality of looking at new possibilities.
Right. And one of the kind of negative parts of being a blended family is the fact that your kids didn't come into getting to know you as babies and that sort of thing, especially those of you that have teens and got remarried. That can be very challenging. So your kids don't really have a whole lot of things, you know, to base who they think you are from. And it's so, anyways, in the pursuit of new possibilities, it's really, really good as a couple to have goals and, you know, be working toward those goals together. But it's also super exciting to do something new and different that maybe your family, maybe your friends have never done. It's all good. You know, you'll get some strange looks. We have, but that's okay.
We've actually had a lot of couples tell us that we inspire them, not to toot our own horns, but because we're simply willing to get out and do the things that we say we're going to do. We always thought, well, you said you were going to do it, maybe you should do it.
Yeah.
And it was baffling to me that most couples don't do that. They talk about it a lot and then they never really do anything. So we just want to inspire you to go out and look for new possibilities, which brings us to number 3 on the list. All right, those kids are all out of the house, and they should be, listen very carefully, they should be out of your pocket too.
Yep.
If you are still feeding those kids money, stop today. Well, Mike, I don't care what you think they need. They do not live in your house, and this is where I get very strict with you guys. They don't live in your house. They don't eat your food. If they aren't doing any of that, quit paying for their cell phone bill, quit paying their electric bill, quit paying their rent, quit getting them furniture, quit buying them groceries. It's okay. They will not. You didn't die. you're okay. I understand that you want to do things for your kids, but I'm telling you right now, that's your money now. Let your kids struggle. That is one of the greatest gifts you can give them, is for them to build their own confidence in figuring out that, hey mom, hey dad, I can do this actually. I actually got this. And when they come to you and they say, mom, dad, hey, I need a few bucks.
Yeah.
Sorry, kiddo. Unless you're bleeding or you and your family and your children are on the streets, you're gonna have to figure this one out on your own. And yeah, it's tough love. And I know it's not popular anymore. And I'm telling you right now, just because it's not popular doesn't mean it doesn't work. It's your money, which means your money goes towards your quality time, which then helps you move toward the pursuit of new possibilities.
And you might be sitting out there thinking, well, good grief, what can I do for my kids? Well, you know, it's
Smile.
not a hard and fast rule. You don't have to do it the way we suggest. However, if you want entitled kids that are always in your pocket, that's what you're going to get.
Yep.
Every time they have a need and you supply it, it's going to be harder for them to leave you and cleave to their spouse. Mm-hmm. And that's where we see one of the most, you know, we see this all the time with people that have issues in their marriage and they've only been married maybe a year, maybe 5 years. A lot of that has to do with their parents are still paying their way. So they don't trust their spouse, they trust their parents. And it's super destructive, and it's not gonna do your kids any favors. So we always suggest, don't pay for their stuff, let them figure it out, give them tools. There might be a time and a place for help, but those are few and far between.
Yeah, I mean, I'll be completely honest. The deal I had with my sons was if they were pushing towards something positive when they graduated, okay, I would feed them and I would I wouldn't charge them rent. And they could stay in the house for up to 2 years, pushing towards that positive thing. Now, for me, a positive thing is going to college, going to a tech school, building a business, pursuing a career. College and all that is not necessarily needed for every career, okay? Pursuing a trade. If they were moving towards something positive, they could stay there and I'd feed them. The rest of their bills were theirs.
Yeah.
The other half of that was, if you want to work at McDonald's and play video games all night, I'm totally on board with that. You can go do it in your own apartment. I'm not paying for that. Okay? Really, one of the boys took full advantage of it and one took partial advantage of it. And it worked out very well for both of them. Okay? The two that took advantage of the opportunity did well. The other two were so quick to get out, they didn't realize Dad wasn't joking. That door swung one way. My point is one of our sons, who is a great kid now, he's a father of almost 4 kids, there's another one on the way. He understands now, but he couch surfed for a year. And I had to do that via Iraq as far as my conversation with him. I didn't kick him out. We agreed that it was time for him to go. He went, he couch surfed for a year, and to this day, he will tell you that we were right to do that. So the point is sometimes it's going to hurt you to watch, and it's okay. Nobody's going to die. Nobody's going to fall off the planet. All right? You've got to quit enabling your kids. You want to enable your kid to do something, enable them to work hard, enable them to get a second and third job if they got to, and go to school, because when they get that degree and that job they've wanted, they're going to kick butt, and it'll be because you pushed them along that whole way and you kept them out of your pocket.
Right. Enable them to be responsible humans, because what we see coming up a lot is that blended families have a lot of kids and they've got a lot of drama because they're allowing their adult children to come in and out as they please with their new spouse, their children, and it really doesn't help the family. Every single time a child moves out and moves back in, it creates some problems, because the children that have been on their own, they play by their own rules. They don't want to live by yours anymore. And that creates a lot of problems, especially in blended marriages, because then mom wants stepdad to be kind and giving, and stepdad gets angry because the kids don't respect him or they're not respecting his rules that he had for them when they lived there before, and it just creates friction that you do not need as a blended family. So that's why we say what we do. You feel free to do whatever you want. We're just saying, if you want the results that we have had, this is how we did it. So with that, you done? Are you good?
One quick note. Okay. Why are we hammering on this so hard? This is the single biggest detriment we've seen parents do to their kids. The single biggest thing, paying them for grades, keeping them fed when they're living in a completely different apartment or state for that matter. That is the biggest downfall for a lot of relationships because you can't seem to let go. I'm telling you right now. And for those of you who are religious, okay, because I'm a very religious guy. For those of you who are religious, you cannot pull out of the Bible that is how God wanted you to raise your kids. So with that, just remember, it's your money and it's okay for you to say so.
Yep. Another thing that I was thinking about when you were saying that was the gap year. The kids that don't want to do anything, and so they just decide, oh, I'm just going to get a job and do nothing else, but play and party and whatever. That does not help you. So again, we're only saying these things because we've seen issue after issue after issue with people in their marriages because of the kids. And so we don't want that for you. We want to see you thrive and be the best blended family that you can possibly be, and let this marriage be your last marriage. So with that, we thank you so much for joining us. If you disagree, please, leave a comment.
So.
We entertain all comments because it's good. So if you have any questions or comments, we'd love to hear them below. If you would like to share this episode on any social media, you can also do that. Invite your friends. Maybe you know some people that are blended families and they could benefit from this. Anyways, we thank you so very much for being here, and we'll talk to you again soon. Bye.